The people whose approval you wanted most were the people who respected you the least. Not because they were cruel, because they could sense something you couldn't see, that you needed it. And the moment someone senses you need their approval, they stop seeing you as an equal. They start seeing you as someone they can manage. You spent years trying to earn people's validation, and every time they finally gave it to you, you needed it again. You weren't becoming respected, you were becoming dependent. And the invisible law underneath all of it is this: the need for approval doesn't attract respect, it consumes it. And that's good news, because nothing was wrong with your value. You were operating under the wrong psychological rule. The moment that changes, everything changes. The man who needs nothing from you is the only man you can never fully control. That's who you're becoming. Here are 5 brutal truths about what happens the day you stop needing validation. And each one reveals a different layer of the trap you never realized you were living inside. Truth 1. Validation isn't a feeling, it's an addiction. You posted it, locked your phone, picked it up 3 minutes later, nothing. 5 more minutes, still nothing. You opened 3 other apps just to have somewhere to look, then checked back. And somewhere in that 20-minute window, one stranger's silence determined your entire evening. That's not insecurity, that's withdrawal. The brain treats social approval like a variable reward, unpredictable, intermittent, deeply addictive. Same mechanism behind slot machines. The uncertainty is the hook. You don't keep pulling the lever because it always pays out. You keep pulling because sometimes it does. And that randomness is exactly what makes it impossible to stop. The approval you chase loses its value the moment you receive it, because the need was never about the approval. It was about the anxiety underneath it, which means every like, every reaction, every response you waited for wasn't filling the need. It was feeding it. And a fed addiction doesn't disappear. It grows. Truth 2. People didn't see your need. They felt it before you spoke a word. And here's what makes that addiction dangerous. Because it doesn't stay invisible. It transmits. You walked into the room wanting to be received well. Without saying anything, the dynamic was already tilted. The need to be validated has a frequency, and people feel it before they can name it. Think about the last time someone was clearly trying to impress you. The laugh that came slightly too fast. The story that arrived slightly too polished. The way they watched your face while they spoke, not to connect, but to check. You felt the discomfort before you understood it. The instinct to pull back arrived before the reason did. That signal was need, and you've been broadcasting it. People don't respond to what you say. They respond to what you need. The man who walks in needing approval communicates his position in the hierarchy before the conversation begins. Truth 3. The need didn't just change how they saw you. It started editing you from the inside. Because the addiction you built in Truth 1 and the signal you transmitted in Truth 2, they didn't just affect the room. They started editing you from the inside. You stopped saying what you actually believed because it might upset people. Started laughing at jokes you didn't find funny. Started agreeing with opinions you didn't actually hold. You softened your edges, smoothed your positions, made yourself easier to approve of. And slowly, so slowly you never noticed a single moment of it. You couldn't remember which version was real anymore. You weren't just seeking approval. You were outsourcing your identity to whoever was willing to approve it. Every time you let someone else's reaction decide how you felt, you weakened your capacity to trust yourself. The man who outsources his identity to external approval slowly loses the ability to know who he is without an audience. Truth 4. The moment the need left, The room responded. Someone you knew went through a shift. You couldn't quite name it at first. They just seemed less available, less eager, less interested in whether you approved. And something strange happened. You became more interested in them, more attentive, like a door had appeared where there used to be a wall. That shift had a name, not confidence, indifference, genuine, earned, unperformed indifference to whether the room approved. This is the truth most men never discover. The moment you stop needing to matter to people is the exact moment you start mattering to them. Not because you became more impressive, because you became less readable. And unreadable men create what no performance ever manufactures: genuine curiosity. Attention follows uncertainty. The moment people can fully predict how much you need them, they stop paying attention. The moment they can't look away. Truth 5. That's when you become untouchable. Someone ignores your message. Nothing happens inside you. Someone criticizes your work. You sleep perfectly. Someone praises you in front of a room full of people. Your heartbeat doesn't change. And that's when you realize something that used to terrify you and no longer does. They can't reach you, not because you built a wall, but because the thing they were reaching for, your need for their opinion, isn't there anymore. You stopped borrowing your identity from other people, which means they have no leverage, no handle, no way in. Untouchable is what happens after you've chased approval and felt how empty it is, after you've performed for rooms that forgot you by morning, after you've edited yourself so many times you ran out of things to edit. After all of that, something settles. The need for external validation disappears, not when you become stronger, but when you finally see clearly what it was always trying to substitute for. The man who stopped needing validation didn't become cold. He became complete. Complete men don't perform. They don't seek. They simply exist, fully, without apology, in a way that makes the watching unavoidable and the controlling impossible. When you stop needing validation, something uncomfortable happens first. The people comfortable with your need will feel the shift. Some will push to see if the old version returns. Some will mistake your stillness for coldness. Let them interpret. Because the man who no longer needs the interpretation has already crossed the line most men spend their entire lives approaching without ever reaching. You don't become untouchable by gaining something. You become untouchable the moment you stop needing what was never yours to need. In our next video, we expose something even more invisible: the silent psychological law that governs your status in every room before you've said a single word. Most men spend their lives trying to matter. The dangerous man understands that the moment you stop trying to matter is the exact moment you do. That's the room changes. The moment you stop trying to matter, you won't want to miss it.